Hey guys, it's TJ Dagger here. I'm in the Gates of Hell editor. Recently found on the forums a couple of posts talking about random stuff, how to script random things. So basically, what I want to try and address in this short, hopefully short video, is the basics of setting up a random generator when you've got multiple options and you want to randomly pick one stuff. So we'll set up a basic premise. We'll just, in F3 mode, I'll put down some waypoints. One there. So to illustrate this concept, we'll just put some waypoints down. We'll basically make some units spawn in, do a lap, then we'll make them disappear. Okay, so I just paused it and I just placed down 4 sets of waypoints. So basically I've got 4 options. What we'll do, we'll spawn in some guys at waypoints. They'll follow the path around, and then they'll get to the end and they'll just be deleted. So this is just for illustration purposes. We've set up 4 different options there. So next up, we'll want to place some units to spawn on the map. So place some units down. So I've placed a bunch of units just off the map. I've given them the hidden
Bis
tag.
Weihnachten haben Sie gesagt. Natürlich.
Really. I've given them the hidden tag, and I've also broken them into some categories. So I've got specialists, which are your flamethrowers, medics, officers, those sorts of things, engineers. And then I've got machine gunners, riflemen, small machine gunners. So we're going to use that as a pool that we're going to build our little squads from. So we'll have some random squads as well. Okay, so the next thing we're going to need is we've got 4 possible spawn locations. So we're going to want some objects to represent those 4 options. So I'm just going to use the meter object. I'm going to tag them direction. I'm going to add individual tags. So we'll have north. I've tagged them north, east, south, west to represent our 4 different options. Then we'll create a trigger. We'll just call it spawn for now. To illustrate this, we'll add no conditions. Okay, the first thing I want to do is entity state. Advanced group. I'm going to select the tag direction, which is one of these. I've set the amount 1. I'm going to add current direction. That's the tag we're adding to it. Add a delay 0.5. We'll just quickly look at this. So basically, this is just going to quickly loop just to illustrate this. We've got a 2-second delay there. It's going to add a tag and it's going to remove it after 2 seconds. No, I haven't. Sorry. What I didn't do was that tag getting ahead of myself. So we should see it. Add the tag. Then it will remove it, and then it should pick another one randomly. So we'll speed this up a bit. So it's randomly picking tags. Randomly picks from the 4. Sometimes it'll repeat the same one. And we can control that too. So, but anyway, that's the basics of our randomness. I will expand on that. What we want to add now is a switch in here. I'm going to add, right click and add a case. Case will be entity. Change it to advanced. Group. Select the tag. Now it's going to be what we tag this one here, current direction. Copy that. Make sure my spelling's exactly the same, otherwise you run into trouble. So current direction, we're going to include the tag north. So to move that up, I'm going to hold Alt and just use the arrow keys. And place it in there. Oop, I went the wrong one. Switch is what I want. Okay. Now inside there, I'm going to add inside, act at a waypoint. And what I should mention is my guys here, I should give them, they've all got a common tag, which is enemy. That's important to have a common tag for them. Okay, again, advanced group, select the tag enemy. I'm going to include the state inactive and the amount 8, and for north, I want them starting at waypoint 0. Waypoint 0. They'll clone, and they will save, teleport, and rotate. Copy that. I'm going to do the same for the others. I'll tie up the tag for east with the waypoint that corresponds. So I've added in my 4 different cases for each different direction, which corresponds with the waypoint that the enemy will spawn at. Okay, I'm going to add actor state here because we'll get our guys to run around. So we'll select the tag enemy and we'll exclude the state inactive. So we're telling the ones who arrive at the waypoint. I'm going to get their speed for the sake of this. Okay. Start. So we've got them spawning there. We'll speed that up. It's randomly picking which one they're spawning at. You'll see it sometimes picks the same one twice in a row, or that's basically spawning them in randomly. This one seems to be being missed out a bit. There it goes. What we can do, we can force it to cycle through all 4 in a randomly. That'll pick one and it won't pick that again until it's picked all the others. I'll show you how to do that. Okay. What we want to do is, when we select the current direction one, which is one of our 4 posts here, when we remove it, we're also going to add direction underscore used. Right, so we add that tag when we remove that it's been a current one. Then what, up here, we will exclude any with the tag, not the tag I want, direction used. Copy that. Important to make sure you keep track of what tags you add and where, otherwise it breaks things. Going to exclude that tag there. And if I now press start, we should only get 4 runs. Speed that up. So it breaks once it's done it 4 times, because each one's been tagged direction used and it can't reselect it. So if we want it to spawn more than 4 times, just finish that and start it again so we can watch it again. So that's 1, 2, so it's picked them, and we should have a variety and a mix within our squads too, because we've just randomly picked 8 each time. So finish. What we could add on the end of this, if we wanted it to fire up more times, we could add an if statement in there. Entities, and select advanced, and group, put the tag, I don't have to type it in, it's here, direction. We're going to exclude the direction used. I'm going to change that to equals 0. So if the amount of, so if there's zero of these that don't have, because we're excluding that when we count them. If we count them and we don't count the ones that are already tagged direction used and we end up with 0, that's when this little if statement will trigger, and we'll add inside here entity state, and we'll simply be removing the direction used from direction tags. We can put that at the end there, save it. We now should see it should cycle through, selecting all 4. When they all get tagged, it should remove that. Oh, yep, there it goes. It removed them and grabbed one. Speed that up. So it should spawn 1 at each location in a random pattern before it then resets. That's if you want it to reset. Now that basic logic of having your 4 options, pick one, tag them used or not, is a way to control having random events happen. So we wanted to have a random time in there, say we wanted random time before they actually spawned. I should add that just here before we remove this. I should have another brief delay there. Bit of a delay there. Give that time. Only needs 0.5. These can all be 0.5. Be plenty for things to register. Quick test. Yep, everything registers fine. Resets correctly. Okay, now if we want some random times between the spawns, so my same 4 options, we'll go with 4 times. We'll add time delay. And we can use our east, southwest. They've all got that unique marker, so we can use that as well. Copy this one. Add a little. We're going to tag that twice. This time. Don't need that at the moment. You could put a time delay used as well here if you wanted to alternate the time. What to do? Just to find it in the list so your spelling's accurate. Time delay will be current. Time delay. Copy that. Okay. Then we'll add another switch. And this time we'll have this before they spawn in. So we'll go add a case. Double click on the case to set it to entities, advanced, group, click the tag, current time delay, and we're going to include the tag. We'll go with north again. So we're going to do the same thing here. This time we're just going to add inside a delay. We'll do 5, 10, 20, 5, 10, 15, 20 seconds as our delays just to test it. And we could add a timer in here just so we can see it. Under scene, timer. It's important to put the timer before the delay, otherwise it won't come on screen until after. So I will make one of them for each. Okay, so I've just copied them and just set them up. So we've got northeast, southwest as our cases, and we've got 5, 10, 15, 20 timer and delay. So press start. Now we have our timer on screen. It's randomly picked. What I didn't do was remove the current delay. Hold on. Just notice that. I've given that unique tag, the current delay time. I need to make sure down here at the end, we can close them up for easier viewing. Need to remove that one. So I'm just removing that. Accidentally copied it instead of pasting it. So let's picked the same one twice, which is odd. Speed this up. So we've got random directions, but cycling through each one first before repeating. And we've got random delays happening between each. Speed that up twice as fast. And our units are also random. That's the basics of creating randomness. So you just get creative and elaborate. You don't have to have 4 options. You can have 20 if you want. You just need to work through and cycle them. Just get creative with it. Pretty much the nuts and bolts of it. Cheers, guys.